Welcome to today's video, and today I am going to teach you how to overcome writing fears for good. In fact, I have been using these same strategies to boost my general productivity for the last 5 years of my content writing career, and they have really worked pretty well for me. So procrastination, writer's block, jealousy, and frenzied inspiration are writing fears that affect most writers. In one way or the other, you will agree you have suffered from one, if not all, of these fears. Content writing requires the writer to have an internal drive that will motivate him or her in writing any task. This is not always the case. And there are always factors and fears that will hold you back when you want to write your next great content. For example, there are times that I find myself trapped in procrastination. Although this is my fault for being distracted by social media, I know most of you are like me with either a weakness when it comes to procrastinating or totally lacking anything to write about. Or maybe you feel inadequate in a certain area and you lack internal confidence in the area that you are to write about, or maybe you have an avalanche of writing ideas and inspiration that you become unable of even writing a paragraph or two about anything. If you are watching this video, probably you have searched on a search engine like Google or Firefox on ways of overcoming writing fears, or maybe you have been referred to our channel or blog via direct link from one of our readers. By the time you are through watching this video, you will have discovered various ways through which you can overcome your writing fears. We learn how to deal with self-doubt, procrastination, jealousy, and frenzied inspiration. So I have told you enough. So let's get into our today's tips on how to overcome writing fears. And the first factor is procrastination. To those of you who are not aware of this term, procrastination literally means postponing what you are meant to do today and or now to a later date or time. Now this becomes a problem when it is done continuously and becomes a chronic habit, and to some extent it becomes one of your stumbling blocks in your writing career. It renders you completely unproductive. So what causes this procrastination? Procrastination is caused by various factors surrounding a writer's life, and one of these biggest cause of procrastination is distractions of somewhat you perceive more important compared to the writing task. As seen earlier on this video, if you want to be productive, you have to set yourself up for success. And before I learned how to overcome these writing fears, I was one of the least productive writers you have ever met. I was constantly distracted by engaging social media posts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I did not understand that these social media platforms are designed in such a way that you will spend more time on them. Generally, they are meant to be used in your spare time. Therefore, if you open these apps in your productive time of the day, they will surely waste a ton of your time. Now, that was a while back. In the present time, other things will make you procrastinate, such as watching movies, hanging out with friends, or experiencing writer's block, or even self-doubt. The above things, which are external and internal factors, if not well addressed at a personal level, they will cause you to procrastinate continuously. So then, how can you face and overcome procrastination as one of the writing fears. One way, if you want to overcome procrastination as a content writer, is to recognize that either you have a fear, you have that fear constantly, or that is preventing you from getting started. So if you don't fight it at the very beginning, you will discover that it will be very hard for you to start out than you thought. Your idea that you love so much will not simply pan out, but will stick with you, and in the end you still have to write it down. Unfortunately, you won't be able to finish. Always remember that one thing is holding you back from finishing up your manuscript, essay, or blog post by not starting it. Also, you have to accept and acknowledge that yes, it is going to be hard at some point, and that is totally okay. It is part of the writing process. The only easy task is the one that you're not doing. So another big move that will greatly help you in boosting your writing career and prevent you from procrastinating is by writing out and planning out your content creation in a calendar. Go to your computer's Microsoft Office and prepare a spreadsheet, or even create it using Google Sheets. Start out with 4 columns, that is the date of creation or publishing, the title of your work, the list of keywords of your work, and the final column should be that of the notes. Add the calendar to your device, that is your smartphone or tablet or your PC, via Google Calendar. One thing to ensure while creating your writing calendar into the Google is that your calendar is selected in the left sidebar to change your schedule view to weekly or monthly depending on your writing pace. After marking out your calendar, the next thing that you want to do is to follow the calendar strictly. Let it be the one that is going to guide you throughout your writing journey. Take your calendar seriously. For example, make it more like an appointment schedule where every entry is properly respected and fulfilled. Writer's block is another writing fear. In simple terms, the writer's block refers to the situation that you find yourself in where you have nothing to write about. Writer's block works well under the belief that tells you as a writer that deep down in you there is nothing good you can write. You constantly believe that nothing you write is good. Well, it has been severally said by professionals and scholars that when you become a professional, which takes about 10,000 hours at a particular area, your creativity reduces on a great margin. Your motivation also goes down because there is nothing more to learn. Every activity is reduced to a mere routine. How then can you overcome writer's block? Writer's block is the easiest to overcome compared to procrastination. This is because it thrives on a belief of imperfection. If you can deal with this belief and erase it from your system, you will be good to go. You can do this by first recognizing and acknowledging the writer's block for what it is, that is the fear of not being perfect. The next thing that I want you to do is to remember that it is okay not to be perfect. In fact, you are not supposed to be perfect or unique. Remember that every idea, no matter how original it can sound, is perfect or unique. It is okay to be terrible, but it is totally wrong to stop writing because you fear that you might not be perfect. You can do very well if, when you experience writer's block, take a nature walk or walk to the coffee shop. Just change your environment. By doing so, you will change your perspective, and when you get back to your writing desk, you will feel refreshed and you will experience more positive energy directed to your manuscript or essay. The last thing that I want you to do is turning off your internal editor. You'll agree with me that we all want clean and great working, which is free from typos and grammatical errors. Every time you open up your Microsoft Word and you are typing your work, you keep going back and forth to correct mistakes. It is intimidating, right? Well, I have come to tell you from today to turn off that internal editor. Concentration on the task or that you are doing editing and proofreading, and do your proofreading after you are done writing. Correct all those grammatical errors in your syntax and diction in the final stage of your task. This will make you more productive and less distracted while doing your writing. It will work perfectly well in fighting and erasing the belief that your writing is gonna suck. Hold that feeling and release it after you are through writing your piece. Jealousy is another factor. It goes without saying that you can be jealous of another person's writing skills and abilities. This can really turn you off, right? I'm not talking about that kind of jealousy. I'm talking about the kind of jealousy that strikes you where you have the fear that you won't be able to get it. It is not a secret. Some people are better than others, and this is one of the fears that can strike you and make you feel inadequate. So how can you overcome jealousy? From a personal perspective, every writer should have this fear, but it is not meant to make you stop writing. It is meant to challenge you, to make you develop better writing skills, to become better writers altogether. It is going to serve as a form of benchmark. So the best thing that you can do is owning up to your fear. It will play a great role in separating those feelings from your inner self. It will detach you from associating yourself with the success of your friends. So once you discover that you have this fear, learn to come up with strategies and ideas that will make your work outstanding and reach your writing goals. So friends, inspiration, and how to overcome it. There are times that you get an avalanche of writing topics and ideas that give you writing inspiration. Deep under every impulse of inspiration, there is striking energy that motivates you to work on that particular topic. You feel that your idea will be loved by many people, that many people will be influenced by your idea. The reason as to why you are not writing is because you have a fear that if you don't let the muse have its way with you, it won't come back. What you can do to overcome this is not by allowing you to allow your amusement to buzz you around. Train it to work with you and not against you. As stated earlier, create a writing calendar, that is a schedule that you will regularly follow. This will teach you your muse to show up on the schedule too. It won't be a writing fear to you again. So to conclude, every person has a certain degree to which he or she can produce great content. Until he or she recognizes his or her writing potential, he won't be able to optimize his productivity. So writing fears are experienced by every writer, and those writers that have come out victorious are those that learned how to deal with their fears and made them their strength. They were able to strive even in the highest pressure environment of their writing career. And it is up to you now to take action, to take the necessary steps in building your career by overcoming your fears. Take every advice given in this video and make yourself better. If you don't, you will learn in the same you learn in the same poor state. No one will ever know if you can write. No one will ever know that you are a prolific writer. Take a bold step and build your future, because it depends on you. If you have found this video worthwhile, consider liking it and follow my Facebook page, Moses Wangai, and Instagram account for more tips and advice as a writer. Consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't done so already, for content writing tips and freelance content writing advice, regularly update your job listings, and learn how to start content writing career from home. All you need is an exercise book, a computer, or a smartphone, and an internet connection to make everything work. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.